Hi, in this video I'm going to discuss the idea of trigonometric ratios. Trigonometric ratios shows the relationship of the sides and the angles of a triangle. And in most cases, whenever someone speaks of trigonometric ratios, you normally hear or see this expression, SOHCAHTOA. The SOHCAHTOA is just an abbreviation of the three trigonometric ratios in relation to the side and angles. Now let's consider a triangle. Now for trigonometric ratios, the idea only works on right triangles. Let's assign an angle, say theta. Now with respect to the angle theta, there is that side that is opposite the angle. And there's one side that is near the angle, but we call it the adjacent side. Now the third side, which is the opposite of the right angle, is what we call the hypotenuse. With respect to the angle, so you can now create the relationships of the given angle and the sides of the triangle. So for the trigonometric ratios, we'll start with sine. If we want to find the sine of the angle is simply the measure of the opposite side over the hypotenuse. The cosine of the angle is equal to the measure of the adjacent side over the measure of the hypotenuse. Now the tangent of the angle, or tan theta, is the measure of the opposite side over the adjacent side. And once you know this relationship, you can apply this idea in finding a missing side or angle of a triangle. Okay, here for example, I have a triangle whose angle here is 38 degrees. I have a side 5 and I want to find the hypotenuse x. So to apply the SOHCAHTOA, or the concept of trigonometric ratios, you have to identify the side with respect to the angle. So the angle that we have is 38. Now that means 5 will represent, or will take, or will be the opposite side of the angle. And since x is the one opposite the 90 degrees, so x is the hypotenuse. Once you identified the type of side that you have, then you can determine which of the three functions, sine, cosine, and tangent, can be used. So as we can see, we have the opposite side and we have the hypotenuse. So it's an O and an H. So in the SOHCAHTOA, the function that relates the opposite side and the hypotenuse is the sine, because it's the SO. So that means if I want to make an equation out of 38, 5, and x, I should have sine of 38 degrees is equal to 5 over x. This is the opposite over the hypotenuse. Now after that, all you have to do is to solve the equation. So sine 38 equals 5 over x. So you have sine 38 degrees equals 5 over x, means x sine 38 degrees is equal to 5. To solve for x, we divide this by sine 38. So on both sides. And then x will be the value of 5 over sine 38. So all you have to do is to plug in this value in your calculator and it will give you the measure of x. Okay, so I'll leave that to you, okay, as an exercise. So just find 5 over sine 38 degrees. Okay, so just a recap. The sides and the angles of a triangle can be placed in different part of the triangle. So that means I can have a right triangle whose given angle is placed on top here instead of the position of the 38, and say I can have, or I what for example, what we want to find is the side near the 40-degree angle, and say this is given as 6. What we always need to do is to identify what type of sides we have with respect to the angle. Now in this case, if the angle is 40, the x that we want to find is our adjacent side, and the 6 is our opposite side. If that is the case, then since we have opposite and adjacent, the function that we can form is tangent. So tangent theta equals opposite 6 adjacent x, and after that you just compute. Okay, so that's something that you should always remember when you solve for a missing side of a right triangle. Again, the SOHCAHTOA can only be applied to right triangles. Okay, so that's those are the things that you have to take note whenever you want to apply the SOHCAHTOA or the trigonometric ratios. Okay, that's it. I hope you understand the lesson in this video. So just in case some things are not clear, all you have to do is to go back to the part of the video that seems to be confusing. Try to watch that part again, and I hope that you will be able to understand the idea. Okay?